Welcome to the Miniatures Paintbrush. Today we're going to talk about organization and how I organize this place. Up in conversation in the past, people have asked me, hey, what does my shop look like? So I'll show you how I organize things. Alrighty, so what we have here is a office desk where I usually do my cutting when it comes to terrain, larger pieces. I have foam and chipboard right there, as well as usually a magazine or all kinds of listening devices. There's a mic. I transferred rooms. I usually record upstairs now. I have my Troll Bloods packed up, ready to go in case I want to have a quick competition. I have this game rack that my local hobby store gave me because they stopped selling Vallejo, which is so sad. But at the same time, I got a cool rack. Speaking of which, I have a cool rack, and I have my Minotaur paints, my Tamiya paints as well. And I try to keep them in line. I use a ruler just to keep them straight, you know. It's very simple to do. Any projects that I'm working on. Also, I have paint, automotive paint. I have a lot of Liquitex stuff, including gel mediums and stuff like that. Anything for cutting and for doing terrain. On top here, I have Malifaux games and magazines and just random stuff on the top there. I keep some of my minis here. I do want a glass cabinet. That would be cool. Um, and some of the car projects that I have done here as well. And the on-air thing, Adam, you know you're out there. You like it on. There, it's on. Um, I have some random terrain projects that I'm working on. I'm going to increase that. Lonely Arts Cottage is not up there. It's right now. It's upstairs. I have some games and gaming books I have over here, and some cases. Those cases are really cool. I got them at Sam's Club, and they were like 20 bucks a piece. I think Citadel has comprehensible ones, but I think they're like 50 bucks a piece. So I was like, no way. I keep random building stuff materials down there. Windshield washer fluid, but I use Windex sometimes to cut water tension instead of flow aid. All right, here's my my painting booth, which I have there, and I don't paint anything that's chemically unsound down here. I just use those acrylic paints. They're non-toxic, so all I needed is a fan, my color wheel over here, and a table that I got from the Christmas tree store several years ago. I have my airbrush here. I have one there. I have another one here up on top as well, and scissors. And I think I'm watching the terrain tutor there. I don't know. Mel is pretty awesome. Um, Over here, I have my basing material. I have a shelf dedicated to basing materials, so I have a lot of drawers and stuff like that, little drawers for little things. And I have jewelry pieces that I add on to any kind of terrain features that I want. Plus the static grass, which is stuck right now. There you go. I'm going to put it in. And let's see, kitty litter and other basing materials. I have wires there. Let's see, down here, I have this is a little workhorse. I just kind of throw everything in there. They're all my pill bottles I use for painting or anything I need to go on the fly to go. I do have masking tape there. Dremel tool. I do have craft paints. I try to use cheap paint when I do terrain. For the most part, Proxxon hot wire cutter, which is awesome to do terrain. Really cool stuff. Oh, I have to step over stuff, excuse me. All right, let me go on back here. All right, so little containers I got from like Roy Rogers and stuff. I put extra miniature pieces in there when I'm working on it. Some cork boards, some backing, acid-free backing that I use for terrain materials as well. And what else? Oh, down here is the main hub. This is where I pull materials from and put them on my table for the most part. So down here we do have some more bases, and I do have a lot of dice, but this is WWS, and it's just Tufts. Um, and a lot of the basing materials, if you look over here, I have pigments, and those are pastels that I kind of grinded down. as well as I have some trees. This is from Woodland Scenics, and I do have extra pieces, and I keep them in Chinese food containers where I keep extra bits and stuff like that, and I usually bag them. And people say I have a lot of OCD, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm just a guy who likes to organize. Gotcha. Well, that is it. This is my studio. Now, not to say that I'm always organized. Usually when I'm putting together a miniature, I kind of just grab all my tools and throw them on the desk and kind of manipulate them any which way I possibly can. And this way I just leave the stuff on the desk there, and that's usually not the best way to do things. But at the end, I try, if I have time, to clean up all the pieces, put everything back where there used to be. Now, when I paint something, all the paints that I use for that miniature, I kind of leave them on this side row of my painting booth. And that just reminds me, if I need to go back to those colors to touch up something that I did, it's readily accessible. Now I use this side there, but some people actually use nail polish racks, and they put all their paints in there, and this way they can see what they're using currently, and they could always go back to it. Another thing you want to do is write down all the paints that you use for each faction of each army that you build. This way you ensure that you're using the exact same paints when you go and add to that army, and then have that consistency with the same paints. Alright, well, I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, like, share, that helps, and subscribe. Don't forget there's a little bell with the notification. And I'll catch you next time on the Miniatures Paintbrush.